Let me go across to Mr. R.K. Baheti, Executive Director of Alembic Pharmaceuticals, for more on that. Mr. Baheti, very good morning and thank you for your time with us here at NDTV Profit. Actually, I'm going to start talking about your US business because US and rest of the world, of course, have shown strong growth. Do you see this getting a little shaky in light of what is happening with tariffs, the latest announcement that there will be tariffs on pharmaceuticals announced in a week and over the next couple of years could go up as high as 250%? What is the extent of impact, if any, on you? You're on mute, sir. No, I don't think it's unmuted yet, sir.
Oh,
there
my apologies.
No, there we are. Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting Alembic Pharma on your prestigious channel. Always pleasure talking to you. Good morning to all your viewers. And I must put my compliments to your analyst. I mean, I think she has given complete summary of our performance. So good job done.
Thank you, thank you, sir.
Your question is very valid and very right. And honestly, none of us have answers as of now, because we do not know as of now. As we speak, pharma is still not under tariff. So we continue to export the way we were exporting pre-April 2025. But his announcements, yes, we are also following him. But unless there is a clarity, very difficult to say anything further. Having said that, I must only make one mention, and this is my understanding. Maybe we are wrong. Is that whenever tariffs are imposed on pharma, I think there has to be some distinction, or there will be some distinction between branded pharma and the generic pharma. I don't think generic pharma can be a very large tariff. If at all tariffs are imposed, that will have to be borne mostly by the US customers. I don't think they can even do without Indian generic pharmaceutical supplies, because that's a large constitution in the volumes. So let's hope that generic are not impacted much. And if at all they are, then I think A, it will be self-detrimental to US consumers, and B, of course, we would be thrown into an uncertainty. But let's wait till it comes.
Important points that you're raising, Mr. Baheti. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Am I right in assuming then that in the event of a tariff, and we don't know at this point whether it could be imposed next week or even after that, but in the event of a tariff, as things stand right now, it is likely that you will pass that on in the prices? And in the meantime, in the interim, because of all of this uncertainty, are you increasing your exposure to other markets to reduce the potential impact from the United States?
Sure. No, good question, but I think I would put it this way, that we have started diversifying into other markets much before these tariff issues came. I mean, any pharma company for that matter, we included. We started our international business development through US, because that's the largest single homogeneous market. But then having achieved a certain degree of success there, we have already diversified into regulated markets. And we have focused on regulated markets because all our facilities are, all our 5 formulation facilities are FDA approved. So that makes sense for us to get into more regulated markets. So in last few years, we have grown our business into Canada, Europe, Australia significantly. Last year, or this quarter rather, Australia has done pretty well. Europe has grown, and now we would be getting into not as regulated, but I think almost similar markets like Latin American markets. Chile, we have already made our presence felt. Mexico is next target which we are eyeing. So diversification for us is already happening. It's not because of tariff. A, and B, your earlier question about most of the tariff being passed on. Yes, if it's a small tariff, possibly there will be a distribution. Some will be borne by Indian companies. Some will be borne by the distributors and the consumers. But if there are very high tariff, then there is no way Indian generic companies on their generic supplies can bear that kind of tariff absorption. Those kind of margins are just not there.
Mr. Baheti, good morning. Hiral on this side. Would that mean that if the tariffs are really high, which are not sustainable, one, a price hike to that extent will be a given? And number two, taking the US channels into consideration, there are peers who are indicating that there is destocking that is already happening in anticipation of the tariffs. So are you also seeing a similar trend?
Not really. I mean, okay, we have been supplying as we have been supplying. So we have not been stocking, nor our distributors are stocking more than what they need to serve the market. And how the tariff impact finally will be distributed, it's very early for me to say, rather too early. Unless we know the extent and we know the timing, we won't be able to really comment.
Mr. Baheti, the other big thing which is the talk of the town is the kind of sales semaglutide is expected to have. Now, we did see Novo Nordisk, which was a disappointment on the back of semaglutide. How are you looking at it? Because you are looking at, filing for this in the rest of the world markets as well. What is your read? Is there a plan for a launch in the US? How are you looking at semaglutide?
So Semaglutide, unfortunately, we lost the first wave. We are not launching in the first wave. Of course, we are targeting some of the ROW markets. But we believe that GLP-1 is going to be a big opportunity going forward, not only in US, but in the rest of the world. And we are trying, we are readying ourselves to get more products developed, filed, and to be launched in US as well as in other markets.
Okay.